Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 5 video on my channel. So in this video I'm going to be taking you through the spring/hot season of Horizon 5. I've already messed up because I said slash instead of slash. Anyway, I'm going to be taking you through the spring season of Series 5 in Horizon 5, telling you how you can get this week's rewards and to get as many points out of the 52 available points in this season, so you can unlock some of the cool rewards in this season. I would just like to add as well, I can only apologise for not uploading in the last week. I know I say this every time, but I genuinely have been very busy this time, so much so that I haven't really been on that much since Saturday, and my head is about to explode. So yeah, that pretty much sums up my week. How's been yours? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, so yeah, I can only apologise for not uploading in the last week. I will definitely try to get the competition info uploaded over the weekend. I have actually done some more work on it on the very limited time that I've had on Forza this week. I have managed to create another track and sort out some of the issues in the first track. So I've only got one more custom track to make, and then I just need to make the rules, and then that's pretty much it for the competition. So if you sound like you're interested in a 250 subscriber competition that's more going to be like 275 by the time we get to doing it, then please subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on so you don't miss the content when I finally get it out. And let me know in the comments that you're interested so I can note you down. It would also be helpful if you gave me a gamer tag so that I can reference you that and send you any info directly. So let's get into today's video then. So for 20 points we have another brand new car for this series, the exclusive 2020 Nissan GT-R R35 Nismo. A really cool car, one of my dream cars, although personally I'd probably take the black edition from 2012. We also have the exclusive Honda Civic CRX Mugen from 84. This is for 40 points, and although this isn't brand new to Series 5, it is an exclusive, and I don't believe it can be bought in the auto show, so it is returning from previous series. Additionally, Series 6 info was released yesterday, Thursday the 24th of March, on Forza's official YouTube channel. They did the Forza monthly stream, then they did the Series 6 Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream. So if you want to see them, you can watch them on the official Forza channel, or channels such as AR12 Gaming and JakeXVX did summaries on that if you want to watch a shorter version with all of the kind of exciting info, which there is a lot of, by the way. The only reason why I don't make summaries on them is because other YouTubers get them out a lot quicker. Sometimes I'm not available on when they do the streams. Quite often I have to catch up a couple of hours behind. So I can try and do it if that's what you want, so let me know if you do want that, but it is quite hard for me to do it when they usually do them streams. Anyway, let's get into today's video, guys. So we're going to be starting with the weekly Forzathon challenge, light as a feather, and I'll be giving you all the tune tips for that challenge. Okay, so for Chapter 1, Fit for Purpose, you need to own and drive the 2010 Mosler NT900S. As it says here, it was a very famous car in Horizon 4 for its ability to just smash all of the PR stunts, and you might be one of those people that uses it for PR stunts in Horizon 5, despite the Esco and the Sesto Forza Edition dominating. The Mosler is still very much a very good car for PR stunts, and you might be one of those people that enjoys using it, and you're going to get to experience that in this Forzathon challenge as well. So the Mosler is 320,000 credits in the auto show, and as of last night when I checked, it was around 500-600,000 K in the auction. So if you don't want to waste your money, just buy it from the auction. The auto show. Don't buy it from the auction, buy it from the auto show. However, you might already own it, you might have bought it previously, you might have won it in a wheel spin, so whatever it takes, get in the Mosler, drive it, and hopefully then it'll pop up and you'll be able to move on to the next chapter. So chapter 2 is called Mosler Tingle, and for this one you need to simply earn 10 stars from speed traps. So literally pick any speed trap from your map. So if I filter to speed traps now, I'm going to do it for speed zones for later reference as well. As you can see, the drag strip speed trap's always a good one. You've got this one here, the Arid Hills. You've got the Last Arbalays. You've got the one on highway, autopista, whichever speed trap you find easiest, earn 10 stars. So if you get 3 stars every time, you need to do it 4 times. 2 stars, you'll need to do it 5 times. Or if you get a mix, however many times it takes you to get 10 stars. Once you've done so, it will pop up and you'll be able to move on to chapter 3, which is called All Rounder. For this one, you need to earn, oops, blooming hell, hit the button there by accident. You need to earn a total of 300 miles an hour or 483 kilometers an hour across speed zones in the 2010 Moser NT900S. I'm going to come back to that bit where it says rear wheel powerhouse when I give you the tune at the end of this Forzathon. So for this one, you just need to pick any speed zone, hence why I filtered speed zones as well. So I would personally probably go with this week's seasonal, the Tray Ball. Ignore the seasonal challenge for now and just focus on getting as many stars as you can. If obviously on this one you're going to be able to use all of the top speed available. This car can go anywhere between 250 and 300 miles an hour upgraded realistically, maybe like 280 miles an hour if you're within realism. So going up this 2 times will get you it completed easily. However, if you have another specified speed zone that you prefer, then feel free to use that one, because that will be also very good, I would imagine. Right, so once you've done that, you may be able to move on to the final chapter. For some reason I am malfunctioning like hell at the moment. So for chapter 4, Supercharged, you need to earn... blooming hell, I'm messed up again. So you need to complete a speed trap and a speed zone within 2 minutes in your Moser. So I'm going to head back to the highway now, because we're going to head back to the Tray Ball speed zone. So I would suggest going through this speed zone, starting here at this end, travelling through it this way until you get to the end, and then carrying on to the Autopista speed trap. Get 3 stars on both the speed zone and the speed trap, and you'll end up somewhere down here and you'll have it completed. That's going to take you your best part of 30 seconds, so it's going to be well inside the 2 minutes, and you'll have it completed very easily by simply just driving down the highway. That is probably the easiest way you can do it. If you want to do it differently and make it harder for yourself, feel free, but I don't really see why you do that, because once you've done it, you'll have completed the Forzathon and you'll have yourself either 80 Forzathon points, or you'll have yourself 160 Forzathon points, depending on whether you own the La Casa Soliguera house, which comes free with VIP. This gets you double Forzathon points in any Forzathon related challenges. So it also gets you 5 points regardless of when you own that house towards the festival playlist, which is a quarter of that needed to get the new GTR and an 1/8 of that to get the Civic. I would also like to mention, coming back to the rear wheel powerhouse, for me it didn't seem to work with an all-wheel drive tune, because I think it wants you to keep it rear wheel drive. So my all-wheel drive tune, I have it shared, however, never mind, tunes. Yeah, so I have an all-wheel drive tune shared. However, if that doesn't work, the tune I've got it on at the moment is a rear-wheel drive tune by one of the people that I follow on YouTube, Darksider9229. He is known as Straight Off the Couch Gaming on YouTube, so if you search him up on YouTube, you'll find him. He's a very, very good guy. He also produces guides similar to mine, and he inspired me to start creating them. Why am I malfunctioning so much tonight? So he's a really, really good guy, and he'd very much appreciate it if you give him a follow as well. I support him as much as I can in my free time. So either of these tunes will get you completed. Obviously mine's all-wheel drive, his is rear-wheel drive. So if mine doesn't work, use his and that'll get it completed. And he'd also appreciate the downloads as well. Okay, so for any Forzathon daily challenges, as they pop up once every day and last for 7 days, so 6 of them will last until next season. Let me know if you're struggling with any of them. They don't really require me to go through any of them, but if any of them are bugged or you're struggling with any of them, you don't understand them, let me know in the comments and I will happily help you and give you some tips on them. We also have the Horizon Arcade. For this one, I'll see if one's on the map now. Yes, so see these pink circles here? There's usually 2 of them on the map. So we've got this one at the moment and we've got this one here. They can vary between drift, speed, air and wreckage, I think. They're the 4. So all you need to do is go to one of these circles when they pop up on the map every 15 minutes. Then you simply just need to complete all 3 rounds. Even if you're on your own, you should be able to get it completed. If you've got a team or a convoy, it'll make it a bit easier. Complete all 3 rounds, you'll get yourself some Forzathon points as well as 3 points towards the festival playlist, and then you can spend these in the Forzathon shop. So this week we have the McLaren P1 for 600 Forzathon points. This is quite rare. I mean, it's in the auto show, but it is very expensive, so I'm probably not going to spend points on it because I haven't got that many, but if you've got some spare lying around, you might want to purchase that one. We've also got the Porsche Macan Rally Raid for 450. I believe this is a Forzathon shop festival playlist auction exclusive, so I don't think you can find it in the auto show. So if you've got any points lying around, you can buy it. It's nothing special, but like I said, if you've got them lying around, you can. And the Welcome Spring car home for 75 points is one of the exclusive ones for Series 5, so this can't be won in like wheel spins and stuff. So if you're a horn collector or you just want to get these new horns, then you can buy that there. And that is it for the Forzathon related items. Okay, so now we move on to the trial, which is called Blooming Lovely. It will get you 10 points, which is very impressive actually. It's the most amount of points you can get by completing one challenge at once. So it's actually half of the points you need for the Nissan GT-R Nismo, so really good option if you wanted to speed run the Nismo. And for this you need an A-Class Lotus, and you win yourself a Lotus 311. However, you can't take the 311 because it's S1 class stock, so you'd have to downgrade it. So I've got a car for you, another Lotus that I've tuned to the top of A-Class, which I'll show you in a second. But a quick note for the trial, you are on a co-op team, so if you've got a full convoy of 6, you'll be racing 6 of you versus 6 AI. If you're doing it on your own, there'll be you, and there can be up to 5 randoms, because there can be up to 6 people on the team against the 6 driver tires. And basically you're just racing as a team to try and beat the driver tires overall, so you don't actually have to win, because if you've got like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th place, for example, you're probably going to have more points than the AI have got, because most of them are behind you. So it's basically just how many points have you got overall to try and beat the AI. And if you win the first 2 races, you won't have to do the 3rd, so it can be as simple as completing 2 races, and that is literally it. So a really easy way to get yourself 10 points. However, do be aware of rammers. Try not to ram them back, even if they do ram you, because at the end of the day they are still contributing to the team points total, so you can always get them back another time if you want to. And try not to be a rammer yourself, because they are very annoying. Just try to be a good racer. So I'm going to head over to my garage now, and I'm going to show you the car and tune that I've got for this one. Okay, so there isn't the vastest range of Lotuses that you can choose for this one. However, probably the most popular one is the 2012 Lotus XE-Dress that I've got here. So I've got Northern Lemmings awesome paint job on it, awesome rainbow paint job, and I've got my A-Class tune on it. So this car is 85,000 credits in the auto show, which is quite a lot for a Lotus, I'm not going to lie. However, it's not too bad, and when you tune it up it'll probably be like 100 grand overall. So it's got nearly 400 horsepower, 456 newton meters of torque. It weighs around a ton, so it's really light. It's on rally tyres, so this reduces the PI, but the handling is still a 7.1, so it's actually pretty grippy. It's also helped by the rear wing that I've got on it. I've got some nice rally lights, I've got race suspension, race brakes, so it's actually a really balanced build. I've sent it a few times around the Horizon Mexico circuit and it did pretty well, so I'd suggest that this tune is pretty good, and it's quite easy to drive, and it'll hopefully get you this trial completed nice and easily. So this can be found under my gamer tag Shiloh 2017. Okay, so moving on, we have this week's Event Lab feature, which gets you another 3 points and a black Drift Zone tee, although I'm slightly confused, because why won't we get the Drift Zone tee from completing the Drift Zone? I don't really understand that, but hey ho. So this is from Mr. Magmatizer, and it's called Horizon Rush 2 Style Circuit, and basically it's a 1v1 narrow 2 style circuit based on the Lookout circuit, but in tighter form. So it's a nice custom map made by this guy. It's going to be really awesome. Haven't tried it for myself yet, so I'm looking forward to trying it for myself. For this one you need a B-Class country Japan, so it's quite a vast range of cars you could use for this one. And I've got a couple that I've selected that will be quite good. You don't need a particularly fast car, but it would help if it's tuned, make it a bit more fun, and make it, if there are AI, make it so that you definitely do beat them. And also we'll be seeing more Event Lab features in Series 6, so if you, like I said earlier, if you haven't heard about that yet, go and check it out because it is very cool. Righty ho, so first of all then, we have the 1997 Mazda RX-7. So this one is quite cheap. In fact, all of the cars that I'm suggesting for this one are relatively cheap, so they're nice and affordable. And this one has over 300 horsepower, it's quite light and it's quite grippy actually. We also have the Mitsubishi Evo 6 from 1999 that I actually used last week for the trial. So this one's got just shy of 300 horsepower, but it is a bit lighter. It's got some nice off-road race tyres on it, and it is the cheapest of these. And then we also have the 1998 Toyota Supra Mark IV. This one's got 335 horsepower and it has the massive wang on the back of it, plus a nice KRC Japan livery. So these are three good options that will hopefully get you the Event Lab completed nice and easily. Next then, we have this week's Seasonal Playground Games Jungle Boogie. So this replaces the Seasonal Championship, so we've got no championship this week, instead we've got Seasonal Playground Games, which is always welcome with me. So with this one we get ourselves 3 points and a 2008 Subaru Impreza WRX STI, which is a really nice addition to our garage. Unfortunately though, we can't use rally cars because we got to use a B-Class Super Hot Hatch. So I'm going to show you my garage in a second, but before I do, remember for Seasonal Playground Games you don't have to win, so even if your team is losing, there's no point in quitting because both teams will get the reward. So if you're losing, you'll still get the reward even if the other team wins. So just try and have a bit of fun even if you're not the massive fan of games, because at the end of the day you'll get the reward even if you lose. Remember for this one as well, it is super hot hatch, so you can't have standard hot hatch and you can't have retro hot hatch. So firstly then, we have the 2017 Ford Focus RS. This is on off-road race tyres. It's quite cheap actually. It's got 363 horsepower, reasonably light, so this one should be alright for you. Obviously because you don't have to win, you don't need a particularly OP car, but you want to have one that's actually drivable and you're going to be able to have a bit of fun in. So additionally to that, we have the 2008 Renault Megane R26R. This one's from the World Cup, the B-Class week that we had, so it's got my lovely French livery. If you want to download that, I'd greatly appreciate it. It's on full off-road race tyres once again. It's actually really cheap, this one, at 28,000 credits. However, it's front-wheel drive, so you can have a lot of understeer and problems doing like U-turns and that. So if you want it to be a bit more easy, I'd go with one of the all-wheel drive options. However, quite a fun car if you want to challenge yourself. And then we have two Golfs here, both of which are from my golf battle video that I did a few weeks ago with Robert. So we've got the 2010 Golf R and the 2014 Golf R, both pretty matched in power and weight and stuff, so they are very good options. I'd probably go with one of these if I was you. Okay then, so now we have this week's 5 seasonal PR stunts. Now, the reason why some of these are marked gold already is because I actually recorded this video previously, however, there was a file corruption where OBS hadn't recorded it properly, and so I've had to delete all the footage and start again. So unfortunately I've lost the footage of me completing these stunts. So the only one I haven't done yet is this one, because I've got to unlock the Nissan GT-R from 2020 for 20 points. So for these ones I'm just going to show you the car and tune that I used and show you the objective, and for this one, once I've unlocked the GT-R, I will show you gameplay of that one just so you can see a bit of gameplay of the new GT-R. So you do have to unlock it first for 20 points to be able to complete that one. So for the Salto de Rio danger sign, you win a wheel spin and 2 points, and you need an S1 class rally monster. So this is it here. The restrictions were 113 meters that we needed, and basically start from around here and then you just go up and you yeet. I did have a few problems when I did it actually, because my car flipped the first time, so unfortunately you don't get to see that. I'm sure some of you would have laughed. So that is that one. So the car I'm using for that one then, I shall show you in my garage. Okie dokie, so the one I'm using for this is the 1978 Hoonigan Escort RS 1800, so that's this tune here, found under my gamer tag. Moving on to the next one. We have the Trayball Speed Zone, which wins you the Bugatti Type 35C, 2 points, and you need an S1 class open top car. So open top cars basically convertibles, ones with no roof at all. I used the BMW Z4 from 2019, and this is it here. So we needed 190 miles an hour. I kind of started at the end of the 2 carriageway when it joined into a 1 here, floored it all the way along here, and that is pretty much it. I think I got 230 odd mile an hour average, so I absolutely smashed it in my BMW. However, like Mazda MX-5s, you know, anything like that will work as long as it's got no roof, pretty much. If Abarth was in the game, we could have used the Abarth 124. That is a fan favourite of mine, I'm not going to lie. So that is that one. Okay, then we have the Trailblazer Cruise de Grandeur. This one wins you the Trailblazer white t-shirt, 2 points, and for this one you need a B-Class Mini. This one also caused me problems because I had to do it twice, because the first time I absolutely failed. So if you look at the bottom of your map where that pink circle's just appeared next to the treasure map icon, you can see the little finish line, so that's where you have to travel. You need 12 seconds left on the clock after it, and the car I'm using for this one, there's 2 actually that I've got tunes for, so if I go back to my favourites, I quite like this favourites thing, it's very handy. So both minis, because we need a B-Class Mini. So we've got the 1965 Mini Cooper S, which is this one here, and we have the 2012 JCW GP. I used the 2012 one just because it's got a bit more power, which obviously helped, because we needed power to get there as fast as possible, so I'd recommend taking that one if I was you. Then moving on, we have the Drift Zone Punto Norte. This one wins you a wheel spin, 2 points, and you need an S1 Hoonigan, so it's this one here. So 50,000 was the requirement. I started here and then went round that way. I did actually give you a bit of a tip when I did it. If you struggled with drifting, just keep tapping A for the e-brake. Just keep tapping the handbrake to get the back end out. And with my tune on the 2016 Hoonigan RSRX Gymkhana 10 Focus thingamajiggy, it was really easy because the diff is set quite rear wheel drive, so it's all wheel drive but it's almost rear wheel drive, which helps you with the drifting, which is nice. So I'm now going to go and unlock the Nissan GTR to be able to complete the Tulum speed trap, and I shall meet you when I have done so. The Nismo GTR has been unlocked and we are now ready to complete the Tulum speed trap, where we need 145 miles an hour for the seasonal objective. I'm going to cut through the Apex Festival here and carry on round here. We should have no problem with our 750 horsepower GTR here, so I'm just going to floor it and hope for the best. I'm sure we should have no problem in getting this completed because it is also a very, very grippy boy. Absolutely send it round there. Mind the Beetle of Vocho. 175 miles an hour, we beat it by 30 miles an hour, and that is officially all of this week's seasonal PR stunts complete, although you only got to see one of them. I can only apologise on behalf of my computer for that one. Moving on then. Okay, so moving swiftly on to the treasure hunt, Acura Me Treasure. The treasure clue is Acura a clue by travelling fast to see new stars on the horizon. A quick flash and you'll see. This will get you 50,000 credits when you smash the treasure chest, and 3 points towards the festival playlist. Now again, using Stevio2175's video, I have made some notes on what we need to do for this one. So a big shout out to Stevio2175 for helping me once again. I really do appreciate it. So if you search up that guy on YouTube, he is a very good person and he makes lots of awesome videos and streams. So for this one, you're going to need to pick any Acura. So I believe there's 3 in the game. There's the RSX, there's the whatever the other one's called, and the NSX, the Integra, that's the other one. Then you're going to want to head over to the Baja area. You're going to want to select speed traps on your filter, and you're going to want to head over to the Evolving World Horizon Baja speed trap. This disappears in 5 days, which is pretty sad. So for this one, all you need to do is to get use any Acura and get 1 star. So you need 35 miles an hour for this, and then once you've done that, the treasure chest will pop the little circle like you get for the barn farm rooms will pop up and you'll be able to find the chest. So I'm going to go ahead and do this now, and then I'm going to go to the chest and then I'm going to show you where it is. So basically, if you don't want to see where it is, skip about a minute from here, and then you won't see it. But if you do want to see it, then obviously keep watching and you'll be able to see that. Okay, so once you've completed that speed trap, you'll be able to see the location around the top right of the map here, and this is exactly where the treasure chest is located. So it's actually just under the railway bridge here, so you can see the road goes along that bridge there and the railway bridge goes along this way. It's here, drive through it, and you'll have yourself 50,000 credits and 3 stars. Now if you own the treasure map, which I didn't know I owned, but I believe it comes with the premium, you'll be able to literally just click to reveal where it is exactly. But if you want to challenge yourself, just don't do that, and do it properly. Do it the proper way. Be a good man or woman and do it proper way. Anyway, that is the treasure chest. Okay, so we're nearly at the end now, guys. So next we have the photo challenge, hashtag it's a trap. This will get you another 2 points, and the It Is The Way Forza link rewards. So for this one you need to photograph the 1988 Mitsubishi Starion ESIR at the Pantano Pass speed trap. Now I'm going to take you to that speed trap now, and I'm going to show you which car exactly to use and show you the photo that I'm about to take. Okay, so this is the Pantano Pass speed trap here. It's another one of those evolving world ones that will be eliminated from the map in 5 days when Series 6 comes. So if you're like me and you haven't completed most of these evolving world PR stunts, you're going to have to get your act together and get your 3 stars so that you get all the accolades that are associated with them. But for now, all we need to do is take a picture next to it. So I've shown you where it is. This is the car. Simply open photo mode and take a photo. Make sure you got the speed camera in, and that should work perfectly. Unfortunately, it doesn't let me take a photo while I'm recording, so I can't do that for you now. But otherwise, that is all you need to do for this one. Okay then, so for the Horizon Open challenge for this week, we have the You Shall Not Pass. It gets you an I'm a Games Master Forza link reward plus another 2 points. And for this one, all you need to do is deny 3 flags in Team Flag Rush. So simply go over to the Horizon Open tab, go into the Playground Games section and find the Playground Games section. Then all you need to do when you're in the Flag Rush game, when the opposing team is trying to score the flags, all you need to do is when they are coming towards you, hit into them. That will deny the flags. Do that 3 times and it should pop up. It might not pop up while you're in the Horizon Open, but once you spawn back in free roam it might pop up if it doesn't already when you're in there. To be safe, I'd recommend trying to get as many as possible, because sometimes the counting can be a bit iffy, so if it doesn't work, just try and get a few more than you need to make sure that it does count 3 of them. And that is basically it for this week. Apart from the monthly rivals, this is the final opportunity to do the monthly rivals on the Lookout circuit in the KTM Crossbow GT4. Enter this via this tab or the monthly rivals tab. Post a clean lap, which means that it doesn't have a flag and an exclamation mark next to it. An exclamation mark is obtained when you either smack into something, rewind, or miss a checkpoint. You don't want that exclamation mark next to it, so if your time doesn't have an exclamation mark next to it, that is all you need. You can then quit and it will have it completed, and I'll add the 4 points onto the previous seasons as well if you haven't yet completed it. Okay guys, so that is it for today's video. That is the whole of the spring/hot season of Series 5 in Horizon 5. So next week we'll be moving on to summer of Series 6, and as I said earlier, check out either Forza's or AR12 Nick's YouTube channels for the summary or the full information on Series 6, because it is a very cool, fun, full packed update, and I'll definitely be producing some content on it. Hopefully, like I said earlier in the video, I shall get the competition info out over the weekend. That is my next priority in the video list. And then if I get any time after that, I might do a video on the GTR or something else. So thank you so much for watching guys. Please do subscribe for more videos like this. I shall hopefully be back next week, either Thursday or Friday, with the next guide, and I shall see you then. So thank you so much for watching. See you then. Bye.